Hey everyone, Yullbrenna here with another installment of my 5 under 5 series. Today we're diving into the top 5 highest win rate gods in Ability Arena, why they're crushing the ladder right now. I'm going to list the top 5 gods based on average placement, what makes them so good, maybe some builds, and I'm going to also provide some honorable mentions. Let's dive in.
Fresh meat!
Alright, at number 5 we have Santa Greevil. Again, these stats are for people with 1400 MMR or above. So this god has a top 4 percentage of 96.6 and a first place rate of almost 65%. If you want a guide on this god, check out this video right here. Essentially, to wrap it up, Santa Greevil will get a good or bad gift depending on if they lose the round, and your opponents also can choose to do the same thing. The risk reward of this god is fun, but it isn't detrimental like it is playing with Gambler. Some of the bad gifts really are not that bad, like the Mana Regent one. And of course this has a lot of high roll potential, so in the hands of a smart player, it's pretty calculated greed. You can start strong, gift early, and snowball hard, but just be careful, otherwise you'll crash out and burn. Next up is Dr. Kleiner at number 4. Check out one of my more recent videos for a guide on playing Dr. Kleiner. Of course, one of the cool things about Dr. Kleiner is you can't reroll manually. Instead, every time you buy 2 spells, it will automatically reroll for you, and then your team will gain intelligence from selling spells. So this is a really fun mechanic to play with. I would say the main thing you're going to be looking for are Glaives of Wisdom in the pool, and then also a lack of mana regen, because people aren't going to be taking Pulse Nova or different spells like that. So those are a great combo to pick with this god. He does have a high win rate, but keep in mind if the right spells are not in play, it's not the way to go. He's not a god I would recommend to newer players, and he's not a god I would play every single game like I would with Santa. In third place, it's everybody's favorite god, Invoker. No surprise here, as I think he is one of the best gods in the game and was rated S tier on one of my latest tier lists. If you do not know this god, you need to learn it. You are supplied with the Invoker spells of Quas, Wex, and Exort, and they all scale in different ways, and you're free to create 2 spells for the unit. So it introduces all of Invoker spells into the game. He also has the added benefit being able to be picked, I would say, every single game, and has the flexibility to be useful depending on the game situation. So for players with MMR above 1400, this god has 100% top 4 rate, and that's going to be going forward with the rest of these gods. He has a win rate of 72% and an average place of 1.4. What makes me think this is actually the best and could deserve the number 1 spot is the pick rate. This god is picked a lot more and has a bigger sample size than the rest of the gods on this list, and that shows its consistency. Whether you're a new player or an experienced player and your main goal is to climb the rank and the ladder, you should be picking this god. Okay, number 2 on the list is Counterterrorist. And yeah, the name fits. Over the course of the game, you're giving 4 possible choices of equipment out of the 6 available. Equipment can be moved around very much like your heroes, and the synergies between the equipment and with other spells should create a lot of cool strategies. This god specializes in neutralizing enemy carries, so it fits well with a counter-terrorist. If you know how to read the lobby and build counters, you're going to shut down threats. I would say a common strategy is putting Riot Shield on the majority of your units, which will provide that initial protection, and then adding the bombs in the back to target your opponent's backline. It can be played pretty much every game, and you can adjust your strategy accordingly, which I think makes it fit. The only thing I'm going to say about this god is it is a small sample size. It is not picked very often, and I'm going to recommend another god in the honorable mentions that I think could take its place. Okay, and finally the top spot is Prelix. Prelix gives you a melee creep at the beginning of the game, and each time you upgrade your shop, you get the choice of a neutral creep spell. I think this is another god that can be picked every game because of its flexibility, and for players with more than 1400 MMR, it has a 100% top 4 rate and almost 80% win rate. It's clearly a god that top players use and they succeed with. I know I see these numbers and realize I need to use this god more often. You can tell I don't even have a guide on this one, so I promise I will get that guide for this god when I can. Okay, after that list, I'm sure you guys are going to have some disagreements, and that is why we have our honorable mentions that just missed this list. Keep in mind this list is obviously based off of winning percentage percentage and average placement for players over 1400 MMR, which technically I'm not even a part of. So their playstyle is going to have some influence. So first up on honorable mentions is actually Faceless Void. I think this one could have taken the place of some of these gods that don't get picked that often, and Faceless Void does get picked often. He has the 3rd best win rate for gods at 71%, but not that 100% top 4 rate that other gods like Prelix or Invoker have for top players. Faceless Void takes some getting used to, but is a great god when forcing a build and getting the most out of your gold. So I think it's a god that can be played every single time if you wanted. Next up is Rune God, also a great pick. Check out this video to see the potential of Rune God. And last, I think, would be Tower God that I showed at the beginning of the video. I think the range and immunity are great perks against a lot of the burst damage that happens in this game. Also, do not forget about Centaur and all the other gods I listed in my first 5 under 5. They are great mentions as well, like the Centaur in this video. So check that out. So there you have it, the 5 top gods in the game right now. If you're trying to climb or just want to play smart, start here. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is the top god right now? What did I get right? What did I miss? But yeah, thanks for watching the video. So don't forget to subscribe, drop some comments, and have a good one.